And welcome back, everybody, to another Celeste race. We got Archieboy versus Millay. I'm Troy Bathens. Ready for another race to watch. Looking at the standings here, we got Millay down at 152 points at 10th place, and we got, where is he? Archieboy right below him at 120. So this could change spots for them. Not necessarily gonna impact whether or not they get into top 8. I mean, they got a bit to go here. Even 90 points for Millay won't get him tied. Like, won't get it. We'll still put him behind programmatic. So it's unlikely that this will move much other than each other in the standings, but it's still a good race to see. They're two very close players in races, and we got Archieboy playing around with mods. Or rather, no, this is debug mode still, actually. Just realized that, yeah, this is debug mode. I forgot you can do that in debug mode. Anyway, it's having fun with the camera. And yeah, file names are generated randomly at the start of every race, so that, you know, it's cheat prevention. Millay? Yep, you might have to. It's like a false start. Yeah, opening debug mode like completely nullifies a run, so you might want to reset that. Unless we want to just let Archieboy go and we can just like fully sync with Millay. Okay. Archer taking a death there, so he probably will be fine with taking a reset. But yeah, this is a false start anyway, essentially, so pretty much have to do a reset. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna do what I said before, where Malaysia's gonna go, and we're gonna have Archie pause for a bit to resync it, the start times. So the race will count everything and just be off by, you know, Archie will be pausing for a minute and a half. So yeah, that death actually counted for Archie. Gonna be getting a 106 on that chapter timer. And yeah, now we're pausing Archie for a while, so let's just watch Millay do prologue right now. And moving into chapter 1, I can get into some more technical things, I guess, since we're watching chapter 1 twice and just one person. So it's a very, very technically dense chapter. A lot of tricks going on. Oh, gonna miss that wave dash into the wall bounce. Gonna do a bit of a safer strategy there. Here, the instance of the reverse hyper dashes. And very important stuff of like being able to notice that momentum is carrying through each screen. So it's something to definitely look out for, something we use quite a bit so that we can just flow from screen to screen. Not going to do the bunny hop strategy there, so didn't get as far as they could have. And now with that, we got Millay finishing it up, and we're pretty much tied. Just a half a second behind for Millay. Yeah, because that happened in like because of that debug thing happening in the first few seconds of the race, it really made it easy to just allow it to happen and be fine with the sync and just deal with it. Millay taking the death, not regaining his dash, unfortunately, allowing archieboy to gain a good lead, along with Millay missing the cutscene skip. We got Archie entering the battle in chase, starting at about 2:13. And 2:20 for Millay, so about a 7-second lead for Millay. Not sure why Archie's stream just paused. Awesome. Okay, so Millay gonna be working through. Oh! Okay. Good save, managed to get through there. Yeah, there's a little bit of time where Battlein doesn't have a hitbox as she's spawning there, so that was good use of knowledge there. Should be able to get through there. Unfortunately, I had to come to that, but things happen. For a second, I thought we had duplicate screens, but we do not. We just have players that close right now. I'm not sure what happened to Archie while he was paused, but either way, we are synced at this point out of Chapter 2. Yeah, that is incredibly close, and we are now in the awake section, so purely down to movement, and we'll see how significant this becomes. You can already see Archie, being able to carry the momentum, but he just lost it completely there, allowing Millay to switch it over. And with the corner boost coming out from both sides, yeah, Millay is going to be able to keep that lead throughout, so Archie just losing momentum partway through allowed Millay to take that lead. So now going into Chapter 3. And we're still seeing we're still definitely seeing a lot of syncing happening right now. Archie choosing to go over the spikes instead of underneath like Millay did. It doesn't really change much. But Millay taking a very fast lobby room, allowing him to keep this lead going. And yeah, just the little strategies happening here and there to allow Archie to catch up potentially. Just, different opting to do certain strategies over not. Archie missing the corner boost though, where Millay got it, so yeah, it's gonna increase the gap. Oh, kind of a dirty extended hyper for Millay. And now for the huge mess section, this actually can shift it, and it did. Millay having a lot of trouble getting through here and keeping his momentum, allowing Archie to take the lead. Actually, not actually, because the timer desync happening as well. Just realized that 510 on that transition, 508. So yeah, Millay ahead by a couple seconds. But it definitely got much closer together because of how much Millay messed that up. But Archie's gonna fail on the spike jump, taking 3 tries on that. Okay, now moving into the second part of Huge Mess, the books section. Archie's still having some trouble, his movement's just not as fluid as it has been, or as it could be. And Millay going for that demo dash, saving, it's just basically half a second from by using that demo dash. Oh, Archie losing momentum, but is fine, is able to survive through that. And when the runs are this close, it's really not much to be talking about the second changes because it's just so close right now. It is neck and neck. I'd say it's less than 5, or around 5, really. Oh, but Archie gonna be taking a death on this screen. It's a long screen too, so that's actually gonna allow Millay to get a good lead with that. Entering this demo dash area at about 7 minutes, while Archie gets there at about 7:08. So yeah, that's almost a 10-second lead for Millay now. Both of them pulling off the demo dashes. Okay, and now into the Oshiro section. This to be very active because some of these are the longest screens in the chapter. So mistakes can be hugely punishing just like that. And with that, it looks like we're gonna be just about tied. Yeah. So Archie gonna be making that back just with the 1 death from Millay. But oh, Archie hesitating a little bit on his dashes. It's gonna be hard to tell who's gonna be in the lead at the end of this chapter. Both of them dealing with the last screen. Any death will easily claim the lead, and there it is for Millay, taking 1. Archie gonna be definitively in the lead now with an 8:14 on that timer. Oh, and another one from Millay. Having a lot of trouble in this final screen, taking a death. And a 4th! Millay just gotta breathe, calm down, and get through the screen. You've done this so many times, you can do this. Okay, 8:44, giving Archie about a 30-second lead coming out of chapter 3. But now working through chapter 4, there's a lot of tricks in this chapter. Pretty much every screen has its own tech. Oh! And there's one right there. Archie missing the spike jump. Having trouble with both spike jumps this game, actually. Joke boxless. Just gonna do the ultra. Oh, Millay having to redo that wall bounce. And that new strategy shown off by Aurora just today being implemented by Archie. Millay trying for boxless 1, is gonna fail it and just go for the ultra on the second try. And just barely making it with that ultra as well. Oh! Archie messing up the cycles on that room, so he's just gonna go for the berry room because it's a lot safer. There's no wind cycles to deal with, so makes some sense. Good backup to be using. He just didn't want to deal with any of the wind cycles. He didn't know what was gonna happen necessarily with it. And Archie still in the lead, of course. Given that 30-second lead, Millay setting up for the ultra now. Oh, gonna be a little bit too low there. And he's gonna go for it again. Getting it that time. Okay, Archie now on the final screen. Oh, Millay having so much trouble. Okay, Archie now starting up 5A as Millay is just entering the cliff phase section of chapter 4. Oh, Archie missing the entrance cycle there. Gonna get hit in the face with the shuriken. Yeah, Archie gonna be having a sizable lead here with chapter 5, and also gonna be getting the depth corner boost at that. So that's gonna help him out as well. This lead is totaling almost to a minute at this point. Not quite. I think it's like 45 seconds roughly. 45, 50 seconds, somewhere around there. Oh no, it's about a minute actually. Archie out of 5A. Oh, and not getting his dash back on that wave dash. Getting it that time. Okay, Archie now dealing with 5B, taking a death in just like the second room there. So already we're having trouble in 5B. That is not a good omen for Archie. Millay gonna be setting up for their depth corner boost yeet thing. Missing the corner boost part. Archie pulling off the Bubs drop. This is Celeste. We have a timer in the top left of each player's screens. It's the in-game timer, so that's what we go off of. In-game time means the time played in the game, so it doesn't any time spent outside of chapters, meaning in the chapter select screen, you basically just the chapter select screen. The timer pauses. The timer does also pause when you don't have control of Madeline, such as dashing, but that's a very minor one. If you really looked at it, you can actually see the timer does pause for a little bit, but so does the entire environment, so there's no advantage of doing that. except on the rhythm screens. But anyway, Millay is going to be getting the buzz drop. Not going to answer every question in chat, just by the way. Ooh, Archie missing that corner boost at the end there. Oh, and failing a little bit, gonna catch himself. Luckily, not gonna die. Archie now entering the gauntlet room where all the seekers are here and going for that faster part where the dash underneath the seeker. Oh, gonna die on the last one. Having a lot of trouble in this room. Nearly dying to the second one. Okay, gotta make it through on that try though, but took a lot of time in that room. And Millay now starting up their Theo section. Okay, and Archie gonna be finishing out 5B with a 15:41 on their timer. And the lead has definitely shrunk a good amount due to the amount of trouble that Archie had in that chapter. Ooh, Millay going for the entrance cycle, not gonna get the momentum carried over into the next, the waiting and out. And it's 16 minutes. There it is. Despite all the trouble that Archie had, we still have about a 20 to 30 second lead for Archie. As we are now in chapter 6. This chapter has a lot that can go wrong here. It is a fairly long chapter. This and the next chapter are about half the run. So it's gonna be a lot of tech going to be happening, and right there, Archie missed time, having a little bit of trouble with that Kevin block. And now dealing with what is called the hollow section of chapter 6. Don't know why I had so much trouble saying that stuff. Oh, Archie messing up the top path here. I can speak, I swear. So Archie gonna be keeping this lead, going into the battle in sequence nearly. I feel this game is very accessible to new players. Even if you're not great at platformers, it teaches you how to be good at platformers very well. And even if you don't want to learn how to be good at platformers, you can also just turn on an assist mode that exists in the game so that you can just enjoy the story, because the story is very good too. Was that an insult on how I play this game? Because I consider myself fairly good at platformers. I love platformers. Okay, Millay having a little bit of trouble with the dev intended skip. Definitely has gotten a lot closer since the beginning of Chapter 6. A lot closer since the beginning of Chapter 5. I feel like if we can get a sync going, that would actually be really useful here. We do have this long battle and fight sequence going on, so we do certainly have the time for it. Both of them going through this pretty well. Another skip coming in from Millay, not being able to carry fully with the momentum, but still working through it pretty well. Oh, and Millay messing up a little bit on the feather on this screen now. Archie going to be entering the second half of the battle and fight. Second part of the battle and fight, really. They're not even halves. Just flying right into battle in there. Okay, second to last screen for Archie Boy. Second to last screen of the battle and fight, rather. So got the level up sequence after that, of course. Ooh, Millay with the death. Not a huge one though, so it's not a big deal for him to be dying there. Archie going to be finishing out Chapter 6 now, looking at a 21:41 on that timer. And a 5:57 on the chapter. So Archie is going to be starting off Summit with what looks to be about a 20-second lead. Okay, now working through 0 meters for Millay as Archie has entered 500. Due to the lack of sync, I of course will be using time markers as much as I can. Millay now finishing up 0 meters. Archie now on the final screen of 500, as Millay is working through 500 right now. Archie going to be skipping the cutscene for 500 into 1000 at 23:13. now into 1,000 meters for Archie, getting a lot of Dream Hypers going. Very important to keep the momentum going. Oh, having a little bit of trouble with that sequence, and going to be cutscene skipping at 23:28, giving about a 15-second lead for Archie. Millay having some trouble on this first screen of 1,000 meters. Archie now finishing out 1,000. 24:01 on that cutscene skip. With Archie now on 1,500, deaths are very frequent given how difficult of an area this is and how large the screens can be as well. This could be a point where Millay can definitely catch up. We're already seeing a couple deaths coming out from Archie. Millay keeping that distance from Archie, but it could turn around with all the trouble that Archie is having in this chapter. In this section. Archie going to be, again, the cutscene skip now for 1,500 meters at 25:09. And it's definitely gotten a lot closer as Millay looks to be finishing up 1,500, just a couple seconds behind Archie. And yeah, that's only about a 5-second difference between the two players as we enter 2,000 meters, arguably one of the harder, arguably even harder than 1,500. This summit is neck and neck right now. May not seem like it because we are not synced timer-wise, but we are definitely in a very close race as we are going to be entering 2,500 shortly. Okay, Archie going to be getting a cutscene skip at 26:30. And Millay getting cutscene skip at, see in a second here, 26:33. So just 3 seconds of a difference between the two players. And Archie had taken a death in the first part of this 2,500 meter section. So it could have caught up just with that. And yeah, looking at everything, it's within a couple seconds now. Okay, going into 3,000 meters, 27:42 on that cutscene skip. This is anyone's game as we go into 3,000 meters. Millay taking a death on door skip. Archie having a little bit of trouble in the downdraft, missing one of the wall bounces. And yeah, it's going to be about a 10-second gap between the two players in 3,000 meters. Incredibly close race as we are closing it out with these final 30 flags. And it looks like we are now going to be getting that sync as just before Archie is hitting the orb after flag number 20. And pausing for a little bit too long on Archie's side. Okay, syncing it back up again. Restreamer trouble happens sometimes. Okay, there we go. Now we can see the true distance as Archie is going to be hitting flag 15. Or 17, rather. I can't count. Don't worry about it. Oh, and thank you to the 11-month-long sub streak from Skyhoppers. Oh, Archie taking a death in flag 12 as Millay is working through 13. They're just a flag apart. Alright, Millay taking a death at flag 9, and a second one. Millay is not making this easy for themselves. They were so close. Archie now on the final screen of Summit. Just those final 5 flags to work through. Waiting for that platform to respawn. Millay also working through this final screen. Ooh, Millay taking the death on flag 4. Archie looking to be running away with this one, taking the win possibly, as he is making that final ascent up to flag 1 now. And looking to be getting a 30-37. Millay now finishing up their summit with looking to potentially get under the 31-minute mark. And yet able to do it, getting a 30-58. So that is a 21-second difference on timing, on finish times there. So only going to be giving up 2 points to Archie on the stuff other than the 60 points from the win. Let's see if we can get interviews from either player here. Millay unfortunately had some plans after the race, so is not able to do an interview. Archie seems to be the same. School is a priority for these players, so that is perfectly fine, as we do still have plenty of races to go on this day. We got, just the second race of 6 that we have today. So with that, it's going to be just wrapping it up for this race. We're going to be with Archie winning over Millay. And next race we got Chai Kitty versus M Sushi, and that'll be in 5 minutes. So see you then.